Talking about the hospitality sector in Assam, particularly the northeastern regions, what's the market scenario?
Assam, if I talk about hospitality industry in Assam, particularly hotels, I think government decision of recording, a tourism sector in industry is very well taken off, and government has a clear vision and clear and a transparent vision of taking this forward. There is definitely a glaring gap between the demand and supply as of now. I think after getting this, the industry status, there will be a lot of public and private partnership which will happen, and then government thrust on, giving subsidies or I would say subsidies and the reimbursements and the kind of the discounting policy which they are coming up with. I think the future is definitely bright for Assam, and the demand is also growing. The socio-political condition of the city, or probably I would say the socio-political condition of the state, has also played a very vital role into it. So I think the future is definitely brighter in northeastern part, particularly in Assam.
If you talk about the crisis recently that Assam has faced, not just Assam, the entire nation, hospitality sector and plus the tourism industry has been affected. So how this industry does pays tough and evolved throughout the crisis?
To be very very honest, this was very unprecedented times. This was not for the India, not for the state. It was for the entire the entire world. This was definitely a torrid times which no one has expected. So the industry has definitely evolved. India being, if I talk only about our hotel, or probably if I talk about the northeastern part, wherein 80-85% is the domestic movement. So that has also helped in evolving the industry faster into the northeastern part. And COVID times, if I can say, I would say it's a pros and cons both. The times definitely had pros and cons. There were certain stakeouts or certain the important things that we have culled out of that time, which includes optimization of your resources, be it your light and power, be it your human resources. They were definitely streamlined. We saw that coming also. I mean, the hotel was shut for 3-4 months. So we saw, we decided that the hotel should shut down for 4 months, and then we should look at our older policies and processes wherein we can improve them to optimize the resources that we are having. So I think COVID has taught us a very good lesson. A plan B, definitely how to have a plan B in place. And it's a capital intensive industry wherein there is a lot of investment which has been done, and complete rolling the cart is definitely needed to run the business. So it was definitely a difficult time for us, but I think during those times I can proudly say our hotel probably never made any kind of losses, and we handled that situation really well. And I'm sure that most of the hotels must have done whatever they could into their purview to cope up with that kind of a situation. And keeping our fingers crossed, I think that particular time does not come back, and we can keep evolving.
Could you please throw some light onto the sustainability of this sector?
Sustainability, it's a talk of a town as of now, Pankhi, if I can say that. As I said, the industry has been recently given the industry status. I mean, the Assam government has recently given the tourism sector and industry status. By doing that, they have a very clear vision. They are bringing in a lot of sustainable practices into the system. They are trying to build in an eco-friendly atmosphere, which is environmental friendly. As a matter of fact, our hotel, I can proudly say, is one of those hotels which is 100% plastic free, single-use plastic free, which we have done in a very recent time, 3 months back. A lot of amenities, you can see the glass bottles, you can see the cling wraps, and very small things which we were using for a single time, that everything has been replaced. So sustainability becomes very very important, and it's one of our corporate social responsibility. We are responsible operators as an Accor, and we generally go with the government vision. So the moment the government announced, and the government, when we can see the government vision of driving the sustainability and the eco-friendly business model, we were definitely into it, and we became part of it. And I can proudly say, as I say, we are definitely leading the charts out there.
Can you take us back to the history of Novotel here?
Yeah, Novotel. I mean, The hotel is this is the 6th year of operation. We started in 2017, late 2017. The hotels have come leaps and bounds from there. We are one of those hotels which is leading. The positioning of the hotel is probably, I can say, it's one of those aspirational brands of Northeast. It's a 180 rooms hotel with one multi-cuisine restaurant. But what we generally do is we generally go for F&B things which we can offer to the local people and 80% people who are traveling out of Northeast and the feeder markets. But what we are doing, as you can see, currently we are having this Northeastern Food Festival. We keep on doing those food festivals to keep the people engaged and just ensure that the people can have traditional and authentic delicacies across the country. So that's how it is.
Please share some experiences over here at Guwahati in Novotel.
Ma'am, it's a wonderful hotel to be in. I mean, if I talk about the location, I think this is the best location we are at. It's absolutely close to the Secretariat. Absolutely, if I talk about the airport is about 35 kilometers, which takes about an hour, and the kind of infrastructure which has been developed on the highway and all those areas, I think traveling into the city and traveling to this hotel will be much easier. Going forward, we have plans of improving our F&B by adding couple of outlets. That's under discussion, and I think that might happen very soon. And the city will definitely will be having another kind of an experience dining particularly. So those are the areas we are working on. In terms of rooms and in terms of other guest experience, I think rooms we can't do much because this is the place and this is the space we have. In terms of guest experiences, we are adding, or probably the facilities will definitely be we will try to engage people. There are a lot of the emphasis that we give on the other revenue areas as well, which is transport and laundries and spas of the world. So finally, it's the guest. So whatever we can do to make a guest happy, to have a wonderful stay with us, that's what we are working on.
Speaking of the employees, the chefs, plus all the staff members in F&B, plus laundry, room services. So, what would you like to speak of them? Like how many of them?
In terms of talent, Accor is a great company to work for. I mean, it's a people-oriented company, and we definitely lay a lot of emphasis on our employees, on our people. During COVID times, also Accor created a global artist fund, wherein a lot of our artists, we generally call our employees artists because they are the one who are working hard, keeping their heart into everything whatever they do. So during those times, as a global initiative, a lot of people were benefited financially. We tried to help each and every artist during those times because I think that was the time when people needed, into our industry particularly, people needed financial support and everything. So I am proud to say that about 20-25% of our people were benefited from them, and that creates a sense of bonding among people and among employer and employee relationship. More than that, it's about the giving the right working culture, safety, security, your work-life balance. Those things you can call them. These are all theoretical things, but we generally work on them. We are absolutely practical on it. There is zero tolerance on any kind of employee-related issues. So that's what, and it's Accor who is driving it. This is the same philosophy that we have taken out here in Northeast also. Going forward, we had attrition issues as well, but we saw it coming, and then I can again say there were a lot of corrections which were done during our onboarding processes, on our salary aspects, on your financial well-being of an employee, and then our industry is considered as one of those intellectually unsatisfying kind of an industry. So we generally try to impart that kind of a knowledge and that kind of a development areas where people can develop their skills and they can contribute towards the betterment of the organization as well as their growth into the system. Attrition will definitely remain an issue. Retaining talent will definitely remain an issue with us. But I think we are far ahead than the industry. And given all those support from, I would say from the Accor global organization, Accor as a global organization and the corporate office from Gurgaon, I think a lot of stuff has been done towards employee retainment, and we will definitely, will be retaining our people. In terms of chefs, which you rightly spoken about, food and beverage for me, if you ask me honestly, it creates a value for the hotel. And then we lay a lot of emphasis in developing our chefs also. There are cross exposure training generally we do. These chefs are sent to different hotels wherein they can enhance their skills, they can learn new skills, they can bring those skills on the table. And then at the similar time, it's kind of a structure. Other chefs also visit our hotel. They impart their knowledge to our chefs. We go one step ahead, wherein we ask the local people to local housewives and all those old ladies who are expert into their who are master into their cuisine and everything. We generally invite them just to have a session probably, and just to train these chefs on the spices or the culinary arts, or this traditional style of cooking and everything. So by saying that, what we are trying to do is this entire ecosystem of kitchen that we are trying to do, that people from any area, any forte of life, they can come in, they can train people, and then it's all about keeping the cuisine traditional and authentic.
So, speaking of women empowerment, is this hotel focusing on to such kind of?
Absolutely, ma'am. Women diversity into our workforce is again a major charter across globally, and we are driving it. We are about 30% women employees into the hotel, and we lay a lot of emphasis in making any woman or any girl who is working into the system, lot of emphasis in creating a safe, secured and a workplace which she can be proud of. Lot of opportunities to grow within the system, wherein you can, if you want to grow into a different city, we provide those platforms. So gender diversity is definitely one of those important charters. We work on them, and as I believe, hospitality industry as such, women have a different level altogether. They are much better in terms of providing those services. We have seen our moms and wives into our homes, how they manage the household, and this is what is expected of them. So that's what it is. We are absolutely gender specific, and we are looking for the diversity in gender as well.
What about this? As you're from this background, so what would you like to say on the students, the youth who are engaged into this sector? Like, why don't they choose Northeast India, and why other states, why other nations as well?
Ma'am, I have traveled across the country. I think this is my 7th or 8th location wherein I'm working as a hotel manager or as a lead. I can see every city or every corner of India, you can find people from northeastern part of India, be it from Assam or Shillong or Meghalayas and Mizorams and Manipurs. These guys they create a workforce which is second to none. They are the excellent people who can work into the hotel industry, whatever the job they are into, be it housekeeping or front office or your culinary arts and everything. The exodus of people from this place to another cities, probably another Indian city, is probably because of lack of supply. As I said, there is a glaring difference between the demand and supply, and in couple of years time from now on, I can expect a lot of hotels to come up. Once the supply will increase, I'm sure that people will look for those hotels wherein they can explore the brands or probably the better opportunities, and there are definitely an employment opportunities as well. This industry is definitely there to grow, and I think this is one of the oldest industry in the world. So I think I do not have any second thought wherein there will be any opportunity which will be left behind in Northeastern part.
So anything new coming up in Novotel?
Ma'am, Accor is committed to the local community as well. Accor has been developing its brands into different parts of India. The business development team generally looks for the location, generally looks for the brand, which brand can fit into which place. So there is a lot of permutation and combination which goes into while selecting a brand and coming into a particular location. In terms of growth, we are committed, as I said, we are committed to grow our brand or probably Accor into Northeastern part. Northeastern part is definitely a very important region of India and probably in hospitality sector as well. There are a couple of things which are on the table. I do not have much idea about it. I think the business development team from the corporate office, they have a greater idea about it. But that's for sure that we are growing in Northeastern part as well.